This is a big project, a big plan overall, a lot of funding. But the state is continuing to deal with a lot of dwindling resources in many areas, especially the road fund. So how have you dealt with that in terms of crafting this budget, and what does the state need to do moving forward in order to ensure we have the funds to make sure that our roads are in good condition?
Well, last year, Representative Hoover when he was in the speaker's chair, and our other leadership team said, what are we going to do? And I asked to take on the challenge of a working group. So it was a bipartisan working group. We met. We heard from different companies came in, what they would like. We heard from clerks, from the road department, everything, what needs to be done. So we looked at everything. And our main number one problem we all came up with was the gas tax. Gas tax hasn't been changed. We're only paying 26 cents a gallon. Just recently, Indiana went to 41 cents a gallon. Tennessee's going to 38. Everyone's changing their gas tax. Well, the average Kentuckian a year pays about $150 in gas tax. Well, also think about how our cars are now. Over the years, cars have changing. The cafe car will certainly get 40 miles to a gallon shortly. These people are driving on our roads, but they're not paying their fair share. We have electric cars coming up. More and more people are buying these cars. They're not even charged a gas tax. They can go somewhere, they can go and have it charged for free if you go shopping there. Then you come out, you drive on our roads. Well, the person next to them with that car, they're paying for gasoline. They're not getting a fair shake in life. So actually it's a consumption fee is all it is. If you want to drive on our roads, you're going to have to pay to drive on them because we are going to make sure you have a nice road to drive on.
And how would that be collected?
On the electric cars, what we're looking at is possibly, and most possible will happen, it will be when you register your car. You will pay a fee at that time to the clerk that they will collect that. It will go to the road fund so that you are paying your fair share. That's about the only way you can collect it. I know it's a new tool in the toolbox, and that's what we have to do. Businesses all the time are doing new toolboxes. We're going to do some now in Kentucky. We have to think the right way.
So like you said, we're already pretty far behind on where our gas tax is, and we're not collecting on these electric cars and more fuel efficient cars, which is only going to continue to get worse. So when are we doing this legislation this session? When will we see these changes potentially?
Later today, I'm going to get with leadership staff. We want to do the road plan. The road plan is completed, it's gone, down to the Senate. So now I'm going to talk to leadership and ask them, what's our next step? Are we going to have some hearings? Are we going to start moving this bill forward? I'm going to speak to the Senate. I'm going to have them talk. Don't know what the sentiment is down there. If they want to go ahead, they want to start working on this, we're ready to go to work. First, we want to make sure we have the contractors on board. We want to make sure Farm Bureau. I can just go on and name all the different organizations. They have to be behind us, our cities, our counties, our magistrates, to get this done.
So what does it mean if we don't make a change like this? Because like we were saying, obviously we're already pretty far behind, and if we don't fix the formula, we're not going to have an adequate amount of resources for our roads, correct?
Correct. Well, if we don't fix it, we're going to be backwards. We don't want Kentucky to be 49th or 50. So that is why the work group went together. Leadership said, everything's on the table. Review whatever's out there. Make sure you have a good sound base that if we do something, it's there. I believe with this working group, we came up with the facts, and we're going to make sure Kentucky moves forward. It's a shame if we don't do something now when your surrounding states are doing it. I'm going to try with leadership, with the Senate, see if we can get something happen for the people of Kentucky.